So Donald Trump lost his mind on Twitter in response to a recount in some key states initiated by Jill Stein of the Green Party. So first of all, let me just get into that for a second here. What are my thoughts on it? Dude, I'm indifferent. Okay. So you're allowed a recount if you're within a certain margin. They're within that margin, so they're going to get a recount. I file that under whatever. Go ahead and do it. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to change anything. Hillary already conceded. Donald Trump's already the transition team, and we're already along in the process. So I think it's a fruitless effort, but if you want to waste your time, be my guest. I'm not going to stop you, and you have the legal right to do it, so whatever. Now, I know that people might not like this response on my part, but I'm just keeping it real and telling you how I see it, that I don't think anything is going to change. I don't think it's going to change. So you want to try it, go ahead, but I don't think anything's going to change. But still, in response to this, Donald Trump's losing his mind, and because how dare you question my authority and me winning? I mean, I won in a landslide in the Electoral College. Yeah, Don, we get it, but here's the issue with that. You know, the way the Electoral College works, the states that you needed to knock off to win, you did. But you didn't win them by large margins. And so some people are saying, I have no idea if it's true or not, but some people are saying, hey, there were irregularities in those states, and let's check into it, blah, blah, blah. By the way, funny how the same people who were, getting angry when Trump said the election might be rigged and it might be bad, now that the opposite happened and Trump won, all of a sudden they're like, yeah, no, maybe it was rigged and there were some issues. Weren't you just saying rigging wasn't possible? And vice versa for Trump. Trump was saying, it's rigged, it's rigged, it's rigged. He won. Rigged? I don't know what you mean rigged. This is the most honest and good election ever. The United States of America, never rigged. Never a problem in the United States, let me tell you, because I won. And then there's the hypocrisy of him saying with the Electoral College, it's a disaster for democracy back in 2012. And then when he wins because of it, he's like, oh, yeah, yeah, about that. Maybe I like it now. So what did he say in response to this recount effort? He went on Twitter and he said, in addition to winning the Electoral College in a landslide, I won the popular vote if you deduct the millions of people who voted illegally. Come again? You just said millions of people voted illegally? Okay, I cannot overstate how wrong that is. That's fucking Looney Tunes. I mean, goodness gracious, you're on Neptune with that thinking. You know where he got that from? InfoWars. Alex Jones. The next president of the United States of America believes shit he reads on InfoWars. What's going to happen when, he stumbles across one of those Inside Job 9/11 movies or documentaries, whatever you want, documentaries. Playing a little loose with that word documentary there. What happens when he stumbles across Sandy Hook was in Inside Job and all that stuff? God, I can't. It's hard for me to believe that he's this big of a sucker, but it looks like he may be this big of a sucker. Did you really? You're the president-elect of the United States of America. You just tweeted that there were millions of illegal votes. Guys, you know what the source is? So InfoWars is where he saw it and where it was most prominently featured on like the far right fringes of the internet and on conspiracy sites like InfoWars. But they got it from a random Twitter user who, by the way, when actual journalists were like, oh, you appear to be the source of this claim. Can you please provide us with your methodology and your data and how you came to this conclusion? The guy was like, yeah, no, that's not happening. Wait, what? So a random Twitter user says it. InfoWars picks it up. The right-wing fringes pick it up. And then the president is fucking talking about it and saying, yeah, no, I won. It's just that these goddamn illegals came into the country and they voted. There was like a picture going around the internet of like a bunch of buses. They're like the Democrats busing in illegals to vote. Totally made up. It's just a picture of buses. Like, no, this is illegals voting. What? Give me evidence. Give me proof. It's just, look at the picture. Yeah, it's just a picture of buses. Yeah, but they're illegals voting. It's complete and utter horseshit. Complete and utter horseshit. There's nothing there. The guy also said he made a claim during Obama's term, like first term or going into the second term. He said he said that Obamacare was registering illegals to vote. Again, totally made up. This is the guy who's the source of this claim. People were like, what does that mean? And do you have evidence? He's like, no, it's true though. So you honestly, what you have here is just insane, either right-wing liars, or the people who are just gullible idiots who heard it anecdotally from somebody else, from a meme or something that somebody created and just made up. And they run with it. And the fucking president of the United States. Look, man, this is actually, we're kind of making light of this story here because it just shows how much of an idiot Trump is, but this is dangerous because if you have somebody whisper in his ear some shit that's not true, what's he liable to do? You know, hey, the leader of this country said X, Y, and Z, or they said they want to break up relations. Like, think of the Philippines. What's happening in the Philippines right now with Duterte and how they're moving away from a relationship with the U.S. and they're getting more with China and Russia. How the fuck is President Trump going to handle that? I mean, this guy who believes anything he hears and reacts impulsively, if they tell him, look, man, this guy's threatening us, he threatened Obama. If he threatens Trump, you know, if he says something against Trump and, you know, whatever, it could spark an international incident because this guy, who knows what he'll do? He's a loose cannon and he believes fucking anything. You could probably get Trump to believe that the Philippines is about to attack Florida. Like, so it's just, this is bad. It's a guy who, he honestly believes one of the dumbest conspiracy theories. Like, there are conspiracy theories where some of them, you look at them and you're like, well, that's interesting. Like, that one may have a grain of truth to it. Let me research it more. This one is, the source is preposterous. InfoWars and then a random Twitter user who was known for saying factually incorrect shit before and didn't provide any methodology or any data. And any fucking Google search, Snopes. Google it and you'll see Snopes. No, wrong. But he repeats it. He brought himself, I would be embarrassed to tweet something with such certainty. That is utter bullshit. But that's what he did, and that's what he does. And this is where we're at in the United States of America right now.